Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, it's your girl, Sunny D. And we got Clint and J-Ro on the phone.
Oh, what up?
Tonight.
What's going on, people?
Clint, you want to introduce yourself? Get up the topic?
The topic tonight, good people, we're going to be talking about the divide between men and women, the growing divide. You know, you go on a lot of social media sites or in public in general, and you see the relationship between men and women seem to be strained. You know what I mean? It's more competitive than working together. You know what I mean? We have a lot of reasons for that. I think one of the main culprits, from my personal opinion, I think it's men. You know what I mean? I think with a lot of men leaving the home and there's just not a lot of men around to raise men, women had to take that, you know what I mean, had to step up and do that. And I think it created a dynamic to where women start thinking, well, we don't need men. You know what I mean? We're doing everything ourselves and we don't need them. You know what I mean? We're good at that. So right then and there, it was conflict. You know what I mean? And I blame men for that. You feel me?
Okay.
You know, you have other factors as well. You know, women making more money now into the workplace and all of that. But what I think it comes back to the basics of home, to where men wasn't around. So it wasn't that many men raising men. You got a bunch of little boys running around here. And you got the women. And you got the woman controlling everything. You feel me? It's not to say that a woman can't hold it down by herself, because she can. But, you know what I mean, you still need that man presence. You know what I mean? The man's supposed to lead, and I don't think we've been leading properly. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think?
Now, I'm going to talk on the we talked about this topic earlier in the week and how we were going to discuss it. And, you sent the email out, and one of the things you said was the trust between the two genders seems to be at an all-time low, and there's a lot of factors, one being men leaving home and leaving women to raise children on their own. And that's a major factor, especially in the black community, as you said in the email. That's a big factor.
Yeah.
I see a lot of single mothers, female mothers, in the black community who are stuck with that, where the men picked up and left. And for whatever reasons, it might not. There are many different factors that cause that. And so, I'm part of that situation. But of course, my situation is different than everybody else's. So, I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Clint. And what makes me think back to this? I don't know. I don't know if you're familiar, J-Ro, but Clint, do you remember Jay from Up from Discussion?
Yes.
Okay. He did a series, and it was because he's more towards like church and Bible stuff and verses and things of that nature. And I remember one of the emails he sent me a while back. It was I think it's him. I believe it's him. But they were talking about how the household has fallen. Usually it was God, the man of the house, the women, and then the children follow. And now that the devil took the men out for whatever reason, it could be just miscellaneous things, whether it's the jail system, it's miscellaneous things. Yeah. And from that point, it kind of spiraled down to the women then becoming the head of the household, taking care of things, and a woman can't really raise a man to be a boy to be a man. And without the men being there, the boys don't really learn how to have a father figure to know how to respect the woman, what they're supposed to do as to grow up to be a man of a household. So now that's not there. You got these women that have to be strong to raise these kids by themselves, and they don't get it right. They lack certain things that they need, and then you become so used to doing things on your own, you can't let a man come in and help you, because if you get into that ideal of I'm independent, I don't need you.
Exactly.
And then therefore now you get now it becomes women can do things just like men can do, and then it just trickles down, and then we teach our kids that too, like, and we teach our daughters that you don't need a man, you can take care of yourself, and like not for nothing, to a certain extent that's me, because I'm so used to doing things by myself. Being in a relationship, it's hard because I'm used to doing things myself. I don't need your help. Because in my mind, whether you help me or not, I'm still gonna take care of business. So the cycle continues, because it's like, and then you get the guys that if they feel like they do something for you, you owe them something.
Yeah, I think it's a form of like weakness on both ends.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you got to be able to accept help. You know what I mean? You got to be strong enough to accept it. And then, like you said, sometimes you get dudes who just trying to get over it. They trying to do something thinking they're going to get something on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, you feel me? If you choose your mate wisely, you know what I mean? It should already be understood what is what from the door. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't be I'm trying to get something on the back end, and you should be able to receive the help, knowing that he's just doing it out of the kindness of his heart. You see what I'm saying?
Oh God, we got a caller.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We said, oh wow, like we wasn't expecting.
Yeah. I'm gonna put them on, okay?
All right.
All right, hold on. Hey, caller. Hello. Did I join you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what's your comment, caller? What do you think?
Sonny messing up. What's she doing?
No, I have them on the air. They're live.
Oh, can she still hear us? Like, is there the delay or something? What's up?
No, they're on.
We might have lost that caller.
Call if you're still there. Try to call back. Make it happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to work something out, but I think they're here.
Well, anyway.
Oh no, the call just dropped. I'm hoping that they do call back.
Yeah.
I heard them for a brief second too.
Mhm.
So,
yeah, I think it's many factors for the divide. You know what I mean? And I think like the going back to your point about the family dynamic.
Mhm.
So not only did are the parents not together, see now the kids, they don't see how a good relationship's supposed to be. They get most of their visual from TV.
Yeah.
And music and stuff like that. I remember having an argument with one of my good friends, and we used to always go back and forth about music. And I used to be like, man, music don't influence you.
Oh, wow. Yes, it does.
Nah, I mean,
it really does.
It does. Because my mindset is I was already taught that this isn't real. That's the difference between having a father figure in your life, you know what I mean? So he could tell you, like, man, don't believe all of that hype. But if you don't got nobody there telling you that, you're going to fall into that trap. As I grew older, I understood his point of view. And that's what's happening. It's like they're not getting in-house training. They training from what they see on TV, music videos, you know what I mean, what they hear on the music, you know what I mean? So I think that plays a factor into how men deal with women and how women deal with men as well.
Yeah, because even as a female, like you know, you learn from your mother, but and then at the same time, if your father's not there, you don't like it's something that you need that you're missing, and if you don't have it, you get to that. Like you know how like you don't like you said how you know the saying goes you find somebody like your father if you're a female, and if you're a male you find somebody that's like your mother. Not necessarily 100% like them, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
I can't get it out like I want to, but you know what I mean. But with that, like you do that, and if you're missing one of the two, you don't learn that. Oh, we have to call her again. Hold on, let me try to get him again. Hi, caller, you're live.
Hello.
Who are we speaking to?
Kenya.
Hi, Kenya.
Hello, how are you guys?
Pretty good, pretty good.
We're pretty good. So you want to join in the conversation?
I do. Wow, there's so many different directions you can take this conversation. I think, for the most part, as far as the divide, especially in a household, I think for me personally, a lot of young women are raised to believe that men are a certain way from mothers that have already had bad experiences. And so when we grow into women where we feel like we don't need anything, or I'm independent, I can do this and I can do that, and, those kinds of things, that's great. But sometimes we as women can be a little bit too independent. And so that desire, or so we say, of not needing a man is really a front. Everybody needs somebody and everybody wants somebody. But if you're raised that way, until you begin to think for yourself, we're all just conditioned to think a certain way from growing, from children into adults. And that's just from, my own personal perspective. It was probably high school, maybe first or second year of college, before I realized, damn, all of that came from a lot of hurt with my mom. That ain't had nothing to do with me. And everybody's not like that, And not that she, did a bad thing by raising us that way. It's just parents teach their children what they know. And that's their experience.
Exactly.
And that's just, with women. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, because in my household, my mother was more dependent on the man. And me growing up, my mom has a lot of girls. I didn't, I saw what that did with him. It was like a power kind of thing. In my head, I'm like, you know what? And I saw all the negative that came with him being when my mom got sick. Before my mom was working and she was a nurse, she had, she was a teacher, she was a nurse and everything. Like, she always worked. And then when she got sick and he was the sole provider, it was complete change. And the person that I watched help raise us, and it became like a power trip. And then, for me, it was like, you know what? I don't want that. So when I find me somebody, I'm not going to let anybody take care of me. And that is the problem with my relationship now. It becomes a struggle because I'm so used to doing. He always says to me, "Ray, let me be a man," or Sonny, let me be a man. And it's like it's a struggle, but I have to understand that I need to let him be a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard because, like I say, when you grow up that way, you're used to that, and you see things, and you want to be that. I'm so independent, and just like you say, you need that. You need somebody.
Right.
If we were putting him to do by ourselves, you wouldn't need anybody.
Generations are different now than they were back then. When me growing up, both my parents worked, both all the time. Always had a job. Always do. Nowadays, you have generations where it's one person working. Well, you see that a lot. It's one or the other working. It's very rare. I shouldn't say very rare, but it's times where you're like, oh, we're going to have a family. One of us is going to work. One of us is going to stay home and raise the kids. That comes into the point that Clint was talking about with opportunities in the workplace with females. The females in the workplace and the opportunity that they have
are much greater than what they were before.
Yes.
And you got more women in higher positions than before. So, now, that changes the scope of everything. You know what I mean? So before it was just, they was pigeonholed into one area. But, you know, everything's now opened up. We all on equal playing field, even though the field still isn't level, but it's more opportunities, you know what I mean, for women. Another question. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about as far as relationships, as far as the family. What about just relationships as far as friendships? Because I hear a lot of people say, like, men and women, they really can't be friends. Or, now I mean, like, you hear everybody, situationships, so to speak. You know what I mean? Friends with benefits, or, now I mean, they just can't be friends. What do y'all think about that?
I think you can be. I don't believe that. I don't buy it at all. If you got two people that are mature enough to respect each other and not cross boundary lines, you can be friends with that person. You know, like I refuse to believe that men and women can't be friends without it being and going into a blurred line, because I don't know. I just don't believe that. Like, I have friends that I've never crossed that boundary line with, and we're like real good. I can talk to them about anything. We can get advice from each other. We can, you know, give that feedback that we need, and like give us, you know, honest criticism without it ever going into a blurred line situation where it becomes friends with benefits and all that, where everything becomes different, you know?
They preach that big in the Army. In the Army, that's a real big thing they preach. Every month we're sitting there, and they call them sharp briefings, sexual assault, sexual harassment in the workplace. In the Army, in the workplace, males and females are all treated the same. You're working alongside with females. You're working alongside with males, and they all get treated the same. And it's like one big family. Like, those are brothers and sisters that you're working with. So in the Army, you have male friends, you have female friends, and you have to learn to work with them, respect each other, and they are real big on sexual assault, sexual harassment, making sure that it's just a work relationship. You're not crossing any lines, any boundaries. You're there to get the mission done. You're there to get the job done, and that's all it is.
Kenya, what do you think?
I mean, I agree. I do think that both men and women can be just friends. There's a fine line. And what I mean by that is there's a difference when there are two people who meet and it is strictly platonic. They have absolutely no attraction to each other whatsoever. And they can be friends, and that's fine. But then when you're dating someone, at least for me, I have to be friends with them first before it goes any further than that.
Yeah.
So if you're going into a situation where you're attracted to someone, then you have to, in my opinion, be friends first and get to know somebody, or at least you should, before you move further than that. But if you meet someone and you are only, especially if it's just you, I mean, you can't control if somebody else is attracted to you. I don't think in that instance that two people or even one person can be friends with someone else, truly, if one of them is attracted to the other person. There's always a motive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I think a lot of times we use the friend word too loosely, and people don't really understand what that means. You know.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't talk to you about my current relationship, we're not friends. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. You know what I mean? But like both of y'all said, it's a thin line. It's a thin line.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And depending on the situation, people's circumstances, a lot of times that line get crossed.
Mhm.
You feel me? And it creates a situation to where you can almost lose a friend over feelings. You feel me? Over emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, that's why I say it's a fine line. Like, I believe, now, I have female friends that I'm just strictly friends with, but those friendships, I can't compare the friendships like the friendships I have with my boys. You feel me? Because like I could be around my boys all day. You know what I mean? If I'm around a female all day, and we click like that all day, every day, then eventually like something got to give. You feel me? That's just me. That's just my personal preference. You know what I mean? Like I can't be around a female that I'm so cool with, we so fly all the time. You know what I mean? It's going something gonna have to give.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With your boys, as far as a man with your boys, even with y'all can hang around y'all girls all day. But no, it's females different because I know a lot of females prefer to have male friends than female friends.
Yes, I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Because you want to know why? A lot of other females are real chaotic. And I know for me growing up, when I was a kid, I loved hanging with the guys. Like, I can sit, play, hang out, BS all day and be fine. Like, it's totally different because, you know what, sometimes when you're around females, it becomes competitive. And if you're not competitive or you're not trying to tear another female, because, like, not saying with most friends, but if you're hanging out with your girlfriends and some other girl walk in, I can guarantee it's going to be, look at her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm, like, personally, I'm not into that. First of all, I'm confident in myself. I don't need to tear another female down to make myself feel better because I have a little insecurity issue. That, I don't like that. So if you're one of my friends and you got to walk, if somebody has to walk in, some other female walks in a room or in a space that we're in and you just go for tear down and attack, and this person didn't even say nothing until you've been in the room for a minute, I don't like to be around you. Like I want to be around confident women. So therefore, I don't want to hang around people that are just going to do that. You know, like females do that, and I don't want to be around it. So I prefer you can hang out with your guys, and then first thing they say, oh, she looks bad, and blah blah blah. And you joking, I'm like, oh, you want a number? Like, you know, you chill. It's not. It doesn't turn into negative. It becomes like a ha ha he kind of situation with guys versus females. But maybe that's just me. I don't know.
So let me ask y'all a question. Now, because like Jabril said, he had that a lot as well. Like a lot of females say they'd rather hang with men than other women because females are chaotic. Now, I know we deal with a lot of stereotypes. And that's another thing that creates a lot of stereotypes. We generalize a lot. Now, especially in the black community. Because when we see most men, they see female around dudes all the time. The first thing that crossed their mind, she'd jump.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. She'd jump. You know what I mean? She loose. You know what I mean? Anybody can get at that, whether it's true or not. And 9 times out of 10, you realize it's not even true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel me? You get your couple loose ones, but 9 times out of 10, she really ain't going through the whole thing. But it's so stereotyped that way.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, and then the dudes get the same thing. Know
yeah,
I mean? Cause there's a lot of dudes out here. You know what I mean? Like if you feel me, a dude on his ding out here, the attractive, the females love him. You know what I mean? And he cool with a lot of females. The first thing females gonna be thinking, oh, he's sleeping with all of them.
But then that's all perception too, because some of these guys really. There may be a guy who he loves the attention. Don't get me wrong, I get it. Men love to be complimented. I understand that, as do women. However, there are some guys who you don't know if that's just him being arrogant, if that is him just enjoying the attention, or if he really is sleeping with all these women. I mean, there's a reason for that. And you may be wrong in what you think, but that's still in how you carrying yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a bunch of people who are attracted. But if everybody thinks that you're messing with a bunch of people, there's a reason. Probably because at some point you were. Or maybe you're just a really big flirt. But everybody, if everybody's saying that, then they all can't be wrong.
Yeah. Because I never... You know what they say, birds of a feather flock together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let me ask y'all a question.
I don't believe that either. I reject that.
I was just like, yeah. Because now, man, say y'all got a couple friends, you feel me? And y'all know they loose. Y'all know they loose. But they y'all homies, they y'all girls. Now I mean, how do y'all deal with all the outside attention, the negative attention that surrounds those friends, because eventually people going to start looking at y'all sideways.
You know what's crazy? I was the opposite of that.
Wait, Clinton, hold on. Wait a minute, Red, hold on. Before you answer that, are you saying if women are hanging around other women that are loose, or how are women dealing with men who are? Yeah.
No, y'all hanging around y'all girls. Y'all girlfriends.
Okay.
They loose.
Okay.
They loose.
Okay.
Now, I was the opposite of that because I'm highly flirtatious. I don't take anybody serious, but I flirt without even realizing I'm flirting with people. And I do that not even just with men. I flirt with everybody. And it was a perception that I was sleeping with people. And I'm like, oh, well, that's great, because for a while I was with somebody for years. Like, the longest I've been single, for the last couple of years I've been single. But, like, it's been, with me, I know, I was told, I was a whole sleep with everybody. I found out people I was sleeping with, I didn't even know I was sleeping with them. I thought, oh, really? Okay. and then I had, no, I'm, like, in all honesty, that's how it was. And I had to, like, think about this. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing that makes people think I'm just sleeping with Ray Shoe and the damn crew? Because what the hell? Like, I don't even go anywhere. I'm in the house all the time. But, because I flirt so much, no, I'm serious, and because I flirt so much, it was an issue. And I ended up talking to one of my people, and I was like, I asked them, and I said, if you didn't know me, would you think I was a hoe? And he said I probably would. And I was like, what? But this is him, but this is somebody I've known for years. He knows me. But, like, and for him to be that honest with me, I was like, I respect that. And I was like, I got to chill then, because I know I flirt. Like, it's, like, I flirt like it ain't no tomorrow. I do that. Like, and I do it not even liking you, and I can just do it. But I come off as the perception, even on Facebook, it'd be like, oh, well, she got to be fucking so-and-so, or this, that, and the third, and it's not even that. Like, it's not that type of party. I'm in the house 24/7. If I'm not at work or I'm not with my kids, I'm in the house. But, I understood, and for me, I had to take myself out of the situation, and you know what, let me just chill, because I don't want people assuming something that is not. Not that I got anything to prove to anybody, but, you got to take a look on yourself, and like Red said, you got to kind of think to yourself, like, what are you doing? Because if everybody's saying it's like, wait a minute, whoa.
And that brings me back to my point, to another point about the divide. You see, now, you said a friend of yours that you know would say if he didn't know you, he would think that. You feel me? All because a generalization, a stereotype that we've been, like, that's just been beat on us. Like, those type of females you don't deal with, those type of dudes you don't deal with. So, do you think those stereotypes ever cost you, or those generalizations cost you a relationship, or cost, or anybody cost them a relationship from what somebody else thought, from those type of stereotypes or those types of generalizations? Well,
you know what? The relationship I'm in now, it ended up being with me and him. I've known him for 6 years. The show's still gonna go on, but I've known him for 6 years. Since my daughter was 6, I've known this man. I've been dealing with him off and on for years. But, like, me and him have a relationship where he knows everything there is to know about me. But he had somebody from the outside that liked me come to him with some nonsense. And he addressed it to me. He was like, listen, this is what I'm hearing, and I need, and, like, I don't know why this person walked up and said X, Y, Z to me, but I want to hear your version of it. And I said, well, how about this one? Let's do how we do in old school. We about to go to this. We about to confront him, like, together. I would love to know why he would tell you something like that and he know it's not true. And it ended up coming out that it wasn't true, but I'm like, but the fact that he had to question me after you know everything about me, like, it bothered me. But, like, we got through that, but I'm just like, for somebody somebody to walk up to you and say something to you and you take their word over mine, it bothered me. And, like, it really put a strain on our relationship, because I'm like, how, like I would never, because the way he brought it to me is if he believed this person, and I was like, wow. But then when it comes out, this person lied, then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, you don't do something like that. And that hurt me. It took an issue. It took, like, us time to get to where we are now, but it was, like, it wasn't, like, it was a vicious lie, and I'm like, wow. You don't believe that somebody would say something like that, but they did. And then you're defending yourself and your character to somebody that's supposed to know you,
Yeah, because the street, you know how the streets talk, and most of the time it's lies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I had to ask him. I said, think about why he said this to you. Because if the proof is in the pudding, he can show you Facebook messages, and he's saying it's not like this, but this is what he's saying in my inbox.
And, you know, I think that costs a lot of people relationships. That he say, she say stuff. Now I mean, costs a lot of drama, especially in the black community, especially in the street. It'll have you missing out on something good. Have you missing out on something good because you heard some nonsense from somewhere else and you ran with it.
Yeah, but that's why I say when somebody brings something to you, like depending on who the person is and how they bring it to you, you got to question. You got to kind of question it.
Yeah,
like you don't believe everything somebody say to you or believe everything that's on Facebook, because if you believe that, I'm one of the people, I don't believe, like if you tell me something, I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to find out for myself.
Now, let's say before you even know somebody. Let's say before y'all even know somebody. You know what I mean? And you just attracted to somebody and you try to get some information on them, or somebody lets you know some information about them. Now, I mean, it's negative.
That's wrong. You're wrong right there from the beginning. That's wrong from the beginning. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that right there is wrong from the beginning. Why are you asking someone else about somebody else? It should be you asking them. So you trust them until they give you a reason not to trust them. Nobody else should be able to tell you about the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because they're only going to tell you their experience, and you don't know where that's coming from. That could be malicious information. It could be somebody hating. It could be whatever. I heard it from Jimmy and them down the street, so I'm going to tell you what I heard, because I don't really know her, but you don't know that they don't know her. You just know that they repeating something to you that they heard. Or even just to step back for a second with the first thing y'all was just talking about, I agree with you guys. I'm midway with that, only because I don't think that that would necessarily cost you a relationship. I think that is what costs you your relationship is your response. You know, people are going to say a lot of things, and how you handle that is what will cost you that relationship, not what happened, not the situation itself. It's as if people say, oh, well, Facebook break up a lot of homes. No, people don't break up their home. Facebook is just a platform. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, it really is how you handle that. I can come to you and say, Clint, you know what, you and Sarita dating or whatever, but, you know, she used to mess with Jabril and Jabril homeboy. Now, I just heard that from Tamika and Kiki and them down the street. I don't know if that's true. But you've been friends with me for a long time, so you're going to believe what I said. Now you don't even trust her. And you don't even know if what I told you was true. I don't even know if what they told me was true, but because they cool with me, all my friends going to lie. So I think they're telling me the truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you hear things, and it's like, if you're going to go full gusto with being with somebody, listen, I'm not accusing you of anything.
Yeah.
But this is what came to me, and I just want you to know what was being said. And eventually it'll come out. Now, if you find out that the person is lying after you told them I heard X, Y, Z, and it comes out that, oh, well, dang, that was true, that's totally different. But you have to at least give the other person the opportunity to correct what was being said or admit it, one or the other.
And that's why I think, you know how when Facebook had made it where you could put your relationship with so-and-so?
Mm-hmm.
I think that messed it up for a lot of people, because if you ever notice, and I pay attention to things, and I just, like, it's comical to me because people put that, you know, other than married, that's great, but anything other than not married, I think maybe you shouldn't put your business, that much of your business on Facebook, because this is what people do. They find out, say you can't put, I'm in a relationship with such and such. They're going to click on, and it's because their picture is now underlined. They're going to click on such and such profile and find all this stuff and say, oh, well, and then they're going to tell her, hey, he used to mess with so-and-so, and he still be in her inbox, and screenshot is a mother.
Yes,
so people, people do things because guess what? Because Clinton is happy, I want to mess up his life because he can't be that happy. So let me be ignorant and do something messed up. It could be something from like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Something not even that serious. It could be a hey or what you hate in the inbox for. This is why I say the things I say on Facebook and people will think I'm crazy, because for me, if you're with somebody, don't inbox me. Because first of all, I'm not even single. For two, don't inbox me with your drama, because I don't do drama. I will screenshot the hell out of you, send it to your female, and tell you because I had people inbox me about stuff that I hadn't, like, oh well, so and so said you was talking to my man. First of all, who is your man? Second of all, I wasn't talking to him.
And now
but
you can call folks out the inbox.
I defend myself from nonsense that don't make sense. And it's like people do things to make sure you're not happy. Like people watch, like and it's people do it. Even now, I got people inboxing me with this stupid nonsense. Oh, you sure you're happy? Yes, I am. Are you happy? Because I know you married, and I need to know why you're in my inbox.
Is there a full person on the phone?
Huh?
Who else is on the phone?
Yeah, there's another somewhere.
Oh,
yeah, I'm here.
Jabril's quiet.
No,
yeah.
I'm here.
Oh,
yeah, he be
Thomas.
I'm tweeting. I got it. I got the Misery Loves Company.
But yeah, that's how people are. They do that.
Misery Loves Company. Believe half of what you hear, and believe half of what you see, and none of what you hear.
And this is why I say that people need to understand the motives of people that when they come tell you stuff, try to understand their motive, because sometimes people do things just to be malicious, and because you're so happy they want to tear you down. And I'm not like, I'd rather you be respectful and say, hey, I want your dude. Say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I done had a Facebook page made with my name on it and inboxing some chick that I don't even know. And I'm going to inbox, you inbox me? Who are you? And then they screenshot and show me the picture. I'm like, well, who the heck is that? It's my picture. It ain't my name. I have my own Facebook. I don't got time to have two Facebooks. Like, don't put me in your drama. I don't even know you. But it's just crazy. They put you, like, people do creative stuff and it's unnecessary, and they don't want other people to be happy, and it's just nonsense. Like, I'm all for it. If you happy, high five to you, because I want everybody to be happy. I don't like seeing people miserable. That's too much energy to be miserable. I want to be happy every day of my damn life.
Yeah, and I think that I think our environment breeds that negativity. You know, you feel me? Like, I see a lot of, you know, I'm in the hood, like, so, and you can see it, like the environment just breeds all that negativity, all that chaos, all that friction.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And people just, instead of taking a step back, people just keep feeding that beast.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? They keep feeding that beast, and to the point to where we are now. Know what I mean? It's like, I see every day, I see couples out here arguing, fighting, you know what I mean? See this girl fighting that girl over this dude, you know what I mean? He's sitting back like it's cool, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff that, you feel me, like the dynamics of everything is all crisscross. And it affects everything. You know what I mean? Like I said, it all starts from the home with me, how you being trained up. Know what I mean? And if you're not being trained up, you're just going off of what you see on TV or out here on these streets. Know what I mean? And you ain't learning nothing out here on these streets but negativity.
Yeah.
And then that negative vibe leads to how you deal with people, how you interact with people. Know what I mean? And it's just a lot of negative interactions between the genders out here. Know what I mean? It's somehow, know what I mean? I want to see it get better. I want to say it's going to get better. You feel me? But I really don't see it. I really don't see it.
Yeah.
I do know one trend. That has changed. Generations felt that. Know what I mean? Because I brought it up about the parents in the home, about the fathers. Know what I mean? Not raising the kids. I noticed it's more of a trend now with the fathers, because it's cool. It's the cool thing now to see the fathers with the kids and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? That's the cool thing now. You know what I mean? So I hope it's not a trend. You feel me? Because, you know, a lot of And a lot of people just making it look good for social media, of course. Now, I mean, they really ain't handling their business. But I noticed a lot more fathers are involved. You see it now. Now, I mean, but you still have a lot that aren't. Now, I mean, so somewhere, somehow, now, I mean, it gotta be a balance. Now, I mean, it gotta be a balance. That's how I see it.
I agree. I think until we get back to, I'm sorry, go ahead, Clark.
I was saying social media is a killer. Those weekend fathers that get their kids on the weekends, pictures. And, oh, I'm a good dad. And, nah, social media is a killer.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about the fathers that bash, or the parents that bash each other on Facebook?
Now, here's my thing, because here's my thing with that. I don't, I mean, never air your dirty laundry out like that on a Facebook or Twitter or whatever. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're making yourself look foolish. You're making yourself look foolish because, you know, like, you don't give people ammo, first of all. Now, I mean, you're giving people ammo. Now, I mean, and they looking at you sideways. You feel me? So I don't agree with the bashing. Now, I mean, because, like, what are you trying to prove? Now, I mean, what point are you proving? Now, I mean, you getting on here, oh, my baby dad don't do this. Now, I mean, he don't take care of the kids, blah, blah, blah. So what going on social media going to do? Now, I mean, to improve that situation instead of just having everybody in your business. Now, I mean, oh, my baby mom, she a slut. She don't let me see my kids. She doing this, that, and the third. Going on social media ain't going to improve that situation. You know what I mean? All it is just going to add more flame to the fire, more fuel to the fire. So, you know what I mean? I don't, that social media bashing and all that. Now, you may have a good damn reason. You feel me? Good damn reason to get at your baby dad or your baby mom. For whatever reason, you may have a good damn reason, but that's not the platform. Now, I mean, get at her. You feel me? Get at him. Now, I mean, that's who you're supposed to be talking to. Now, I mean, I don't agree with that. With the one thing about when people be like, well, you laid with him, so why you, now, I mean, you don't say nothing now. You laid with him. Well, things change. Now, I mean, situations change. You feel me? It could have been all smooth in the beginning. It's all rocky now. You feel me? So, like, don't give me that. But there's still no reason to go on social media and air out everything. Because at the end of the day, you feel me, that stuff don't ever go away. And then you still got them kids. You feel me? Your kids got to live with that. And people going to be looking at your kids sideways. So,
I agree with you, Clinton, that that's not always the situation where it's, you know, you should have known them. But there are quite a bit, like a lot, probably the majority, in my opinion, where people are not taking the time to get to know the people that they're intimate with. They're not planning, per se, to have a baby, but if you're having sex and it is unprotected and she is not on birth control, there is always the possibility that a child comes out of it. So if y'all are just buddies and the female pops up pregnant, yes, y'all two now have a baby. But what if you didn't take the time to get to know him? And that happens with a lot of females. It's just, I'm attracted to him. I like his style. He got some swag. Oh, she got a small waist and a fat butt. You know what I mean? She cute in the face. You know, but I like how shorty built. A lot of times, that's all it is. And then when the baby comes, there is no emotional attachment to him whatsoever because nothing was built before that. There was no foundation built for that relationship, but now you're expecting him to step up as a father. You have to step up as a mom. But you're expecting him to step up when nothing was built before that. That doesn't make any sense.